What is it? What is the cold open?
Your rant right there.
What is it? What's my rant?
What's wrong with white people?
What's wrong with white people? Where do I start? What do you mean what's wrong with white people? What's wrong with everybody? Everybody's a fucking sheep. Everybody getting in line. Nobody out front doing it. Sticking up for yourself. Trying to find a camp. That's fine. Just don't fuck around and next to my fire.
Live from downtown Detroit, it's No BS News Hour with my main man, Scarlett.
Nah. No bullshit!
This just did breaking news. No more bullshit. No more bullshit.
None.
You promise?
Promise. You know what? It's spring. I feel good. I did my garden. You don't have to take such a hot shower, right? It's a little cooler. So I haven't, since Gretchen Whitmer, with that nasty COVID response, turned me into a Zoom masturbating day drinker. I get out of the shower. I haven't looked in the mirror in 18 months. And I pull the shower curtain, and there I am. And I'm not fat.
That's good. You've never been fat, Charlie.
I know, but like muscle tone, I was worried.
What's that like?
It's awesome. I'm like, all right.
I've never experienced that. What's that like? Please tell me.
I did all my gardening.
Overweight, not fat.
I burned my Christmas tree because I keep it. It was fantastic. Anyway, welcome back from Jamaica.
Thank
How
you.
was your third world, John?
It was
Did you feel superior?
That wasn't the purpose. I just wanted some sea, some sand, and some sun.
What's the C stand for?
And it just rhymed.
Sorry.
SEA.
See you next Tuesday. Anyway, all right.
You
So
guys
listen
are
here.
terrible.
Here's the deal. Didn't know Karen would be back, so we got so much video.
Okay, I'm just here.
We good exactly. That
That's
we just
right.
here. Here's the thing: that cold open, that man, f you people. Stick up for yourself. You sheep. You're being told bullshit. We're here for you. We don't just rant and rave. Yes, we do. But so what did we tell you? What did we do last week? We did the video. Here's all the development downtown. The currency's in the toilet. The country's fucked up, right? Let's look at the development. We do it, and wouldn't you know it? It starts showing up in the media, doesn't it? We say the book tower is fucked. All of a sudden, the book tower is doing pre-sales. I would suggest that the media go over to the book tower and actually stand and look. Look in the window, look above you. This shit is at least a year out. And if you haven't sold any fucking leasing space, how's it getting financed?
Great question.
We're
Great question.
We're
Yeah, we
financing
are.
it. So listen, hey copper, there's two coppers on Facebook getting in an argument over, does this development work? The handouts, don't worry about it. It's just taxes that we never would have realized anyway. Hey copper, hey Cheshire, here's the deal. I did the back of the envelope by my calculations, and they're usually correct. I believe that the police and fire pension fund is 67% funded. It ain't 100. Do the math.
Mm-hmm.
You got over 8,000 retirees. You got 2.8 billion, assuming every retiree on average is going to live 20 years. You don't got it.
Wow.
And you got to know this. In the bankruptcy settlement, the language says if the city can't afford it, you don't get it.
Yep.
That's a fact, right?
That's correct.
That's the fact, man. So wake the fuck up. Now, let's take a look at all the developments going on around town, says the newspaper. The Hudson skyscraper should be finished next year. Should it? Remember, we're going to have
Again?
20% low income housing. Well, Red went and checked that out. Red
Oh, cool.
got his Section 8 voucher.
I was going to say, she got good, perfect.
And he wants a penthouse facing Canada. Because when he looks out his penthouse, he wants to see the American dream.
He deserves
So that's
that.
why he wants to look at Windsor.
He deserves that.
So let's roll the tape. This shit's awesome. This is Byron and Red. Awesome.
Trailers for sale or rent.
Put me out the house, don't divorce
Rooms for
me.
let for 50 cents. No phone,
All I know is what I got.
no pet.
Started from the bottom now.
Ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom by the 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of the means, by no means king of the road. I'm calling in regards to I want to get one of the apartments down in the skyscraper when it's done, and I know it's supposed to be some low-income housing available, and I got my Section 8 voucher, so I was wondering what do I need to do to apply for one of the apartments. Man, staying at the Normandy can turn from a short-term stay to a lifetime sentence, and I ain't trying to do that. I think I found my way up out of this place. I thought maybe I could get something new in the new skyscraper when it's done, looking at Canada. And with low income, I got my Section 8 voucher and everything. I'm ready to go.
What's going on with that building? I don't even know if they're going to have any type of housing in that building. They're still 2 years out.
Oh, I thought when they went to the city with the plans, they said it was going to be residential with a 20% low income.
Yeah, we don't have any information on the husband side of this now.
Man, skip that. I'm about to go down here and find out what's going on. You ain't gonna tell me you don't know nothing for my Section 8 voucher. Go down here and talk to somebody in person. So after not getting much information on the phone, I decided it'd probably be better if I go down there and try to talk to somebody in person. But you know what they say, excuse over the phone, truth in your face. Oh man, I can't wait. I want to live right there. Yep, that's it. High rise, look at Canada. Yeah, I can't wait, baby. Moving on up.
Oh, man.
Yeah, buddy. Woo. I'm gonna use this voucher. I'm gonna be living good. They're gonna be wondering, how did I make it happen? Thanks, Dan. 20% low income housing. I can't fucking wait. Hell yeah. Hey, what's up, fellas? What's up? Hey, I'm waiting on these apartments to get done. I'm ready to move in. Y'all know when they're gonna be finished?
A year, 1 year.
1 year?
What they say.
Oh man, I hope they do it quicker than that. My Section 8 voucher is gonna expire by then. That 20% low income living. I got mine. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate you, fellas.
Yeah. Have a good one.
You too now. Hey, what's good, brother? Slow motion. I'm wondering how long before it be done. I'm ready to move on in. I got my Section 8 voucher and everything.
Almost 2 years.
2 years?
Almost 2.
Oh shit, my voucher will be expired by then. They told me 20%. I'm gonna have to reapply for Section 8.
You're gonna have to in 2 years.
In 2 years. God damn it. Let me go over here and see if I can go ahead and reserve it then. And take a Section 8 voucher reserve or something. Thanks a lot, brother. Yeah, fuck this. Let me go to the office and check with the office. These guys don't know what they talking about. Hell, it took them 7 years to put a building together. I don't think no. Got no timing. I'll find out. Make my Section 8 voucher expire.
Go to the construction.
Get some answers here.
Let's see if this is going to happen.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good.
Is there someone in the office I can speak with?
I don't know.
I think I blew him off.
How you doing today? I want to speak to somebody. I got my Section 8 voucher and I want to reserve my apartment in the skyscraper when it's done. How long will it be before it's finished?
What do I do again?
I just told you. I just asked you how long will it be finished because I want to reserve my Section 8 apartment in the skyscraper. Dan said it'd be low.
Go there and ask them there.
Go where? To the site?
go where?
I was over there.
Well, where is that?
Nobody can tell me anything? How you doing? You all right? You know about the skyscraper over here?
I do, but fellas, I can't speak to that. You'll have to go with Bedrock.
I have to go with Bedrock?
Yes.
Now, where's Bedrock at?
They are down the road on Woodward.
Down the road on
If you
Woodward?
Google their address, you'll see it.
Okay, because I'm just trying to see if I can reserve my Section 8 apartment for the 20% low income that's going to be in there. So I'm trying to get a jump start. I want to be up on the penthouse looking at the Canadian side.
Bedrock's for folks you need to see.
All right, so
All right.
by how long do you think it'll be done for us finish? Can't answer that?
Nope.
Say bedrock.
Everything needs to go through Bedrock.
Bedrock. All right.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you. I ain't let my Section 8 expire. I need to get my apartment. I want to live downtown too. Shit. So after leaving the construction office, that one guy told me where to go. That's pretty cool of him. I got to thinking, damn, why was the other guy such an asshole?
What? What you are doing here?
Well, he's asking you a question.
And then I couldn't even understand him. At least you could be an asshole that I could understand.
You can go there and ask them that.
Go where?
Okay, go where?
I was over there.
Well, where is that?
After walking around a city that has Gilbert's name tattooed across itself, I finally found the place. I'm doing all right. I want to know who I talked to about reserving my apartment down in the new skyscraper.
Oh, reserving it?
Yeah, this Bedrock,
Yeah, this is
right? The skyscraper down the street.
the one that's there on building.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 20% low income. I got my Section 8. I want me a damn penthouse in the skyscraper. So I was trying to see who I talked to.
You can give us a call and we can transfer you to the right people, but they don't work in this building.
Oh, they don't work.
This is just the headquarters.
Wait a minute, this is the headquarters, but they're not in the headquarters?
No. Because
Okay.
they have to work in the buildings and other stuff.
So how long before you think the building, the skyscraper done? Because I don't want my voucher to
The
expire.
beginning of next year.
Beginning of next year, so less than a year.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, because
Which is it?
I only get 6 months on this voucher. I don't need it expiring on me. You say just give them a call. Is this number right here?
Yeah, you can call me there and then I can transfer you to the right people.
Okay. I just got one more question for y'all. So I was kind of expecting to move in today. That's not going to happen, is it?
No.
Section 8 is going to run out here in 6 months, so it's not happening.
No, I don't think so. I don't get it. I'm just saying. You know.
Damn. All right, thank y'all. Looks like I'm back at the goddamn Normandy. 1, 2, shit, at this rate, 5 years. Fuck. King of the road.
Red deserves an award for that.
What, right?
Now, they gave...
By the way, all his facts is correct, too.
But so we got 3 different times. Less than a year, and 2 years.
More than 2 years.
More than 2 years. You have a headquarters, but nobody's working in the headquarters.
Thank you.
So the guy wants you to call him outside of the building for him to transfer you to somebody that's also not in the building to get an answer that he doesn't know about.
Red wants to move into the skyscraper. Who do you call to book a room? They don't... Hello? It's not that hard. It's a swindle.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And again, if you do the work, Copper, you'll know this. We send Dan a check every year. It's not a tax rebate. It's a tax collection. Nothing's going on. He gets a check. Okay, next. Ready? Oh, by the way, I'm going to go through all the sponsors. Sorry, sponsors. They're not responsible for this show. XG Service Group is not responsible for this show.
For the content.
I'm sorry, Bernie and Matt Yaskovitz at 734-245-4100. Because Burger King is like, fuck you, Michigan. Yeah. When Burger King's saying, fuck you, Michigan, we're in trouble.
Crazy.
You should just do the regular stuff. Now, Bernie does the sandwich boards, the intercom, the cameras at Burger King. It's affecting us all. So if you want to buy Burger King's property and turning it into a drive-through bar, which I think we can still do. Thank you, Gretchen Whitmer. That you want to call Matt Yaskovitz at 734-245-4100 for all of your IT, all of your beaming needs, all of your security needs. I'm telling you, if the Pelosi's had hired him, they wouldn't have got hit with a hammer. Okay. Luke Nowacki telling you that overreaction is not a strategy.
Better plan.
It's coming. I cannot tell you what Luke and I talk about because Luke doesn't want to get in trouble with the authorities.
Right.
Right?
And that's fair.
For pumping out advice, but I take his advice and I call him at 248-663-4748. Look at that.
Stripper music.
Inflation, interest rates, what you move. Look out for your kids, their college, your home, getting the right investments. Luke Nowacki at Pinnacle Wealth, 248-663-4748. Legacy Partners, keep that rolling.
There's only one
They
company.
gotta be happy because where else do you go to save money? It doesn't cost you anything.
And their customer service was good.
Really good.
That's a
right?
plus for me.
Right? Really a plus. Okay, we're just gonna right there. 586-209-4106. Eric, I'm calling because it's spring. My motorcycle fired right the fuck up. It hasn't been insured in 2 years. The plates are owed. I'm getting it on the road, bro. I should call him right now. I know Eric's listening.
You know they'll be responsive.
Dude,
though.
mine 81 Sportster needs to be insured. Hello, Brian Woodward.
Oh, yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
with that hustle, that insurance hustle, keep that going. Call Legacy Partners. We all believe in them. 586-209-4106. Hall Financial. Help yourself. Consolidate your debt. If you have a home, I keep.
He likes the stripper music,
I
Mark.
like the stripper
I had
music.
to restart it.
Do I need to throw some singles out or
You
something,
can't loop
Charlie?
it. We'll
Yeah.
fix it in
Oh,
You want
post.
some singles?
Thank you.
Oh, now there's two playing. I'm a total mess.
God, you're a fucking mess.
I know.
It's my
No,
birthday. It's
don't
okay. We'll
say
fix it
that.
in post.
Happy birthday.
Listen,
Why are you all so hard?
I know half you listening don't got $500, and I know at least a third of you got a home.
There's only one
Ding
company.
ding, call the refi.
It's an asset.
I would do it now.
Right.
The market is calm. It's calm. That means the interest rates on the mortgage are down. I don't know what's going to happen in a month. Now it's time to act. Consolidate your debt. Get the refi. Get yourself locked into something in the 5 and 6 area instead of 20% on your credit card. You go to 866-CALL-HALL or callhallfirst.com. ADR. Experienced overseeing more than $250 million in construction, management, oversight, dealing with the government. Nobody can deal with the government because they're thieves. So what do you need to do? You need to call somebody who got some brass knuckles. That's Barry Ellentuck, 248-318-94244 consultation. Get it done right, on time, and on budget. And finally, I'm walking downtown. I see this guy with a big square head. Leave the music in. Thank you. It was Mark.
What?
You were wearing glasses
I did have my glasses
with his
on.
big
yeah.
square head.
Were they sunglasses?
They make my head more square.
When Mark got out of the shower today, he goes, "Man, my big square head looks nice." There it is. That's
Oh, now he looks even smarter.
Yeah, but they make it more square. That's all
No,
right.
they don't. That's fine.
And my
Dude.
face is pretty round.
they give you a good jawline. Look at that.
It makes him look smarter. Look
make-
at that.
There you go. That's what makes you happy.
got
Here's your
body
birthday
issues.
present.
Boys have body issues too.
I have body issues.
We're just admitting it.
I've accepted it a long time ago.
Sometimes I don't feel like a boy.
What do you? Wait, whoa.
It's okay to say it now.
What do you feel like then, Charlie?
Fat.
A man? Oh.
So wait a minute. Never mind. We're not gonna have
What?
that conversation. No, when he said I don't feel like a boy, I said, "What do you feel like?" And he said fat. So that's the option now. Boy or
Boys
fat?
aren't supposed to be fat. They're supposed to be rugged.
They're overweight
I know.
Or husky.
or husky. Yeah, that's the word.
Not poor, poverty-stricken, right, Karen?
Right.
Right.
Economically compromised.
Exactly. And broke. Fucking broke.
Just not poor.
Thanks, Federal Reserve, you stupid fucks. All right, anyway, I told you. Mark's walking downtown, and he goes, "Man, this American Coney Island, man, this place is, what'd you say? This place is cool." That's what you said.
Well, I was driving up Griswold, and it's like, classic architecture, and then right in the heart is this little triangle of an area. I just think it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a
So
lot
it
of
just-
it's a lot of character.
Like
and-
an enlightenment period for you at that time.
Well,
Yeah.
it started because I was telling Grace, I'm like, I hope you realize how cool this place is, because when you're working and you're all deep in your own work, you tend to forget that stuff. Like sometimes I forget what a good writer Charlie is until he writes something, because
I don't.
and you read it separately. Well, I know you don't.
And what do you forget about me?
How kind you are. No, because you're always kind. Nothing.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Her name's Kind.
Don't put me on the spot.
Karen Kindren.
But yeah, it is.
You just forget that stuff when you're deep in it every
You're right.
week. And,
You're right.
You know.
But the sincerity of Grace, her commitment, it resonates throughout every area of American Coney Island. How it looks, how it operates, the food, how it tastes. I mean, when you have those core values and they're sincere, they're evident and obvious throughout the operation from top to bottom.
Did you know there used to be a Burger King across the street and a Taco Bell? Killed them.
No.
Killed them.
Seriously?
106 years.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
But if you have a choice between quality, and I'm not going to even call it fast food, I mean, but it's quality food on the go in a Coney Island setting, which Detroit is known for, or just trash fast food, you're going to go for the quality option.
There's nothing wrong with fast food.
The very,
it makes a square head.
It's the very heart. It's the very center. Detroit is a square with a tail, but it was really laid out in a half circle. And at the center of the half circle is American Coney. So this is
the heart of Detroit.
The heart of Detroit. And the food is spectacular.
And to all the new Detroiters, people who've lived here
there
know about
she
it.
goes again.
We
racist.
know about it. I didn't say anything about
You're
that.
a racist.
I don't need you to tell me about American Coney Island. I already know.
I was called a racist because I know Tucker Carlson. That's coming. But before we do that, Lansing. I got the 911 tape for the
for the call?
The call for the
mission
wellness
station?
check.
Okay.
We'll start with that. They're going real slow, too slow for me. But here's part one. I have not given up on you. We are just a little ragtag band here. But we stick up, we smell something, and we keep moving. We're not looking for boogeymen.
You stick up and you stand up. That's what you do.
Yeah, so don't fuck around my fire. You want to beat the fire, you're welcome. You're on the left, you're on the right. You want to go to war with each other, you got to come past our pasture. We'll decide. If you try to trespass, we will fuck you up. Thank you. Now, roll the tape.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
I need somebody can go over to 20 East House Street. The sister of Brother Michael.
One second. Where are you at?
So the emergency is not here. I need someone to, if the cop can go to 20 East House Street in Lansing. It's 28 East Howe.
28 or 208?
28.
What's your brother's name? Because 28 is not a valid address for right there.
Okay. It's Michael McRae.
Okay, I found the address. It's not 28. It's 128. Does that? Yeah. That's where they went earlier. So, okay. Okay, so is there someone with him right now?
I don't know if his son Anthony is there because he works, so I don't know. He found him earlier.
Don't work.
Okay, and what happened to him earlier?
Well, his daughter said his son found him in the kitchen floor and called the ambulance when he just got home.
Old man's on the kitchen floor. Yeah. All right, so y'all know that the murderer lives in that house. This is the father's sister calling.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so he went to the hospital early this morning. I'm calling, but I didn't call Anthony, the one that found him on the floor, beat up. Right? But Anthony works, see? Okay, let's keep going. Is that it?
That's it. That's all.
Okay,
we called, yeah.
That's step one. Yeah. Now, all the neighbors said that the police have been there. I'm asking for every call in that neighborhood for 2 to 3 years. I want every fucking call. This stinks that it's well over a month and they've been giving me the runaround. And quite possibly, maybe even quite certainly, police did the job. They went over there. Thank you, 911 operator.
She did a good job.
She did a very good job. Very calm.
I've heard a lot of 911 calls in my life, and not all the operators are that good.
Okay,
I thought she was very patient, did a great job.
She did, and she found the address.
Yeah.
And she knew we've already been there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and he's working, but he found him. What?
Yeah.
Okay, come on, man.
Which one is it?
Come on, man. You know what it is. Come on, man. This is serious. I'm not doing the political posturing on people's lives. We're going to fix this shit if it needs to be fixed. Again, remember, if it pans out, I'll let you know. But we're going to do the work. Right, Karen?
Absolutely, Charlie.
How was Jamaica?
It was nice. It was warm. It was sunny.
You didn't have to take any of this shit with you, did you?
No, I didn't. And I tried to, stay away from it. I was curious about what was going on. So I checked Twitter just briefly. But, I was on vacation. I didn't want to. I knew it would be here when I got back. It wasn't going anywhere.
Oh, you want to, did you go to Canada?
No.
Oh, breaking news. Canada. Justin Trudeau is a phony. Hello, Windsor. Here's the deal. Biden went to Canada to see Justin Pinko Trudeau, but he's not a Pinko. They came up with a deal.
Really?
Any migrants. See, Canada got swamped. I'm doing the fingers thing. Swamped with 40,000 refugees from the United States. If you don't go through a port of entry, you just cross through the woods. Canada can't deport you to the United States. So Joe Biden and Justin Trudeau have been making a deal. They made a deal. Now all of Canada, the woods, the Windsor Tunnel, everything is now an official port of entry.
Really?
Yes. So by this treaty, anybody that crosses into Canada from the United States that's not from the United States has to be returned to the United States. In return, Canada will take up to 15,000 people a year. Canada gets to pick which 15,000 a year. So let's do the math. 40,000 go into Canada. They get jump at 25,000. So Justin Trudeau, who's pretending we are the world, we are the people, tweet, you're welcome, you're not welcome. You're a fucking fascist, motherfucker. And the New York Times, dude, you guys suck. We need the old school back. It's going to alleviate pressure on both borders. Oh,
how?
Oh, because 15,000 people in Mexico are now going to go to Canada instead of here. So in the last 24 months, we've had 3.5 million come in. Now watch this. 3.5. What's 0.5? 500,000. Now, 15,000 would be 3.5015. Fuck you, Justin. You're bullshit. We're getting swamped with fentanyl. We're getting swamped with crime. I know that if it was my family, I'm coming. So you don't even know what poverty. You were in Jamaica. You know what poverty is.
Yes.
If I can get here, I'm trying. God bless us. We're the beacon. Fuck Russia. Fuck China. Fuck Iran. We're the place. We are the place. As fucked up as we are the place. And I love China. Been there twice. Russia, been there twice. Iran, I would love to go. And I know lots of Iranians, Persians. All depends who you're talking to, how they call themselves. Your father was from where?
Syria.
Muslim or
Christian? Christian.
Maronite?
His family was from there. He was
from here.
Yes.
He's not an immigrant. He's here. Right. God fucking bless you. That's why you're so gorgeous.
Is that it, Charlie?
It is.
Well, thank you.
That's why it is.
I'll take it.
That's because we got the mix. Do not fear the mix.
Yeah,
that's us.
It's a good mix.
Fuck.
It's a good mix.
That's what we are.
Yeah, but my parents were good people, and so that's my mix.
Yeah, my mom was. My dad.
Well, you're a good mix too, though, Charlie.
Wait a minute, and here's the Orthodox. This is what your dad did. He did it that way. We do it this way. Yeah. Right, Mark?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mark's like, whatever.
Anyway, so listen, man. I want to. This was pre-recorded this weekend. Rebecca Kiesling, who's she's really leading the charge on fentanyl. Her 2 children died. Let's just roll it. As you know, I've lost loved ones to fentanyl. I think almost everybody listening knows somebody. It's it's a scourge. It's a major problem. And I want to bring in Rebecca Kiesling, who's probably the loudest civilian voice in America on this thing. She's from Rochester Hills. Her two sons, Caleb and Kyler, died in July 2020 after they mistakenly took some fentanyl that they thought were Percocet pills. Those were pressed in Mexico, like Sam Quinones was telling us, remember? Yeah. And Rebecca, the young woman that died as well, her name was?
Sophia Harris.
We don't want to forget her. We really don't.
Yeah, she was 17, almost 18.
Oh, man. Was it a graduation party or just a
He
Friday
had
night?
graduated high school that day, actually.
Okay, there
It was
grace of God.
COVID, and he had to finish some online classes in the summer, and he had just graduated.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, he was just out for a weekend night and just doing some powdered coke. I mean, like who hasn't? And he didn't know, and he died, and they left him in the morgue for a week before they told any of us he was even there. So you and I think we have some similar feelings about things. But earlier this month, you testified before the House Homeland Security Committee. They should be doing more. Things are out of control at the border. All this poison's coming in from Mexico by way of China, our biggest trading partner. So you see how the world is. But anyway, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know, everybody knows her, the Republican from Georgia, she incorrectly tweeted after your testimony that if Biden were doing more on the southern border, your boys would be alive, which isn't correct because they died in 2020. But I found this to be outrageous. And if people don't know, this is President Biden after your testimony speaking to a group of Democrats.
A little bit of more Marjorie Taylor Greene and a few more, you're going to have a lot of Republicans running our way. Isn't she amazing? Oof. Ours, the reason she was very specific. I shouldn't digress probably. I've read. She was very specific recently, saying that a mom, a poor mother who lost two kids to fentanyl, that I killed her sons. Well, the interesting thing is that fentanyl they took came during the last administration.
Wow. First of all, I don't know why he's laughing. And number two, I don't know why it's a one-upsmanship when we're talking about your sons.
Yeah. You know, first of all, Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't in the room when I testified. And when she came in, she, you know, asked me questions. So I was grateful that I was the witness that she chose. But she asked me that question, and I told her no, that my children were born or when they died. And, you know, clearly that was not during the Biden administration, but, you know, she wanted to know if I blame him. And I explained that,
pause that,
you know, I blame the government. Like
God bless you, Rebecca, and your boys. Marjorie Taylor Greene is on that committee and wasn't in the room to hear her testimony and then decided to run up there and make a fucking cause celeb out of this, right? Mm-hmm. They're all fucked up.
But Biden, like...
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, both of them, but that's...
Both of them, though.
That's
both
crazy.
We want some fucking action.
And accountability.
Thank you. Roll it, please.
Didn't know about fentanyl, but the government has known. They've known for a long time. And actually, I didn't testify this, but fentanyl deaths began to surge. And if you look at graphs, there was a huge spike during the Obama administration when Biden was vice president. And, you know, at least Trump tried to do something about it. He met with a whole group of parents who lost their children to fentanyl. He brought them up into the Oval Office when he saw them down in the Rose Garden for an event. And he started to implement what they were asking. But under Biden, he stopped everything. And the border's absolutely wide open now. I think Mayorka's delusional, trying to say that it's all coming through points of entry, like the cartels are law abiding and they just, like good little sheep, they just line up. Like, ugh, are you for real? And then for him to sit there and laugh, and I know his press secretary was asked about it, and she said, well, he wasn't talking about her, he was talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene, and that people are manipulating what he said, and that they asked if he was going to give me an apology because I asked for an apology, and his press secretary said he was being sympathetic. Like, what? Because he called me a poor mom before he laughed about the death of my sons.
So you never got the apology?
No, and he hasn't apologized to the hundreds of thousands of parents whose kids did die under his watch, where there was a 22% increase in fentanyl deaths in his first year of office. He didn't apologize to those parents who are furious. All these parents in my support groups are furious that he laughed about it.
I'm furious because I know what he was doing, and I don't think he was laughing at the misfortune that's befallen you, and it's crushing. Believe me, I come from a place. But he decided to turn the thing into political one-upsmanship, and that's not what we're looking for here. We've got a fucking problem. I will do this one for you. I looked it up because take this with you. In 2021, they seized about 10,000 pounds, about 5 tons of fentanyl, which would kill us all. Last year, they seized 7 tons of fentanyl. And this year, in 5 months, we've seized almost 6 tons in less than half a year. So when I'm looking at the bullshit politics going on, there is an argument that, well, we're doing such a good job at the border. You see, we're getting all the fentanyl, which if deaths are up, and people getting in here are up, and apprehensions are up, well, certainly we're being flooded with fentanyl. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, there was just a fentanyl bust that was just a traffic stop in Michigan along the highway. I think it was Bad Axe, and it was 3 tons of fentanyl, I believe, that was seized. And that was just one, traffic stop in Michigan.
In Bad Axe.
They're right when the Republicans were saying every state is a border state. It's everywhere. And now they're adding tranq to it, which is like a horse tranquilizer, and they call that flesh eating because people's skin starts to rot. And when it's mixed with fentanyl, Narcan doesn't work. You can't save people with Narcan. And the fentanyl strips to try to detect fentanyl in drugs, which is, the Democrats' solution to the drug problem. Let's just give everybody, strips to try to test their drugs. Well, it doesn't work when they add tranq. And if there's any question, they're trying to kill off our population through China, through the cartels. There's your answer. I mean, they're killing babies. It's the number one cause of death in children 7 and under, ages 1 to 7. Number one cause of death, ages 18 to 45. And they're trying to kill off our people. There's no question. They're adding it to candy boxes, making it rainbow colored, rainbow fentanyl. This is a war, and the Democrats are not acting like it.
Well, then how do we win the war? What do you suggest?
Well, when I testified, I said if there were Chinese troops amassing at our border with weapons aimed at our people, with weapons of mass destruction aimed at our cities, you damn well know you would do something about it. But a weather balloon goes across our country from China and everybody's freaking out about it. Nobody died. And they're all freaking out about it, vowing they're going to do something. But nothing's being done when they're not just aiming weapons, they're landing those weapons. They're killing 110,000 a year now.
And they know, we had probably one of the world's experts, his name's Sam Quinones, right? He writes all about it fabulously. We know exactly which port these precursor chemicals are coming into in Mexico. Like, so, we're wondering about interdiction. We're not getting any help. We're like, you hear it in the papers now, like we're near war with China, right? Our two biggest trading partners, and we can't force them to stop shipping the garbage. I think somewhere in there is the answer. I don't know about troops, because if you want to believe the government, Rebecca, and a lot of things I just don't believe them about anymore. But the majority of fentanyl seizures that Border Patrol is getting are from American citizens getting paid by the cartels to drive this shit in here. Having said that, being very close to the Border Patrol, we know they're picking it up off the mules as well. So you and I agreed it's killing us. It's a war. We're turning a blind eye. I want the war won. That's what I want.
There were two huge drug busts here in Michigan last year and just this month. Sterling Heights Police and this huge drug bust last year that led to the one this year. They were, here unlawfully, Mexican citizens. You keep hearing the Democrats like put forth this misinformation that it's mostly U.S. citizens. It's not, because they're not just coming in through the points of entry. They're coming in through the wilderness. And for them to think that, the cartels are just all law abiding and they're lining up at the borders or their mules are lining up at the border crossings is ludicrous.
Well, it certainly wouldn't hurt to have some coherent immigration strategy in a border that actually is a border. I mean, so I agree. It wouldn't increase the problem. But I don't know if you know, the United States and Canada are close to refining the treaty in terms of refugees. It's now going to be all of Canada. The whole border is considered an official port of entry. And any people from a third country, not the United States, that enters Canada, we're going to have to take them back. And I'm wondering why we don't have that with Mexico. Like, you take them back today.
Canada is now blaming their fentanyl problem on us because we're letting them, come across and we're not taking care of this problem. So, they have people dying in Canada too now.
They do. Vancouver.
Because we're not taking care of this issue at the southern border.
If I might, how were you notified about your sons? Because I guess I want to tell you how I was notified, because I'm still heartbroken over it. Did you get a
call? Well, my ex-husband was supposed to take them to rehab. He headed up Celebrate Recovery. I figured they had resources. He would know where to take them. Turns out they didn't. He said, well, we don't do that. Like, what? It's just a church thing. Now they have resources. But he took them to the hotel just overnight. He said he was going to get them in the morning and take them and find a place for rehab. And because we knew something was going on. And the kids would just tell us they're smoking pot, which there's children, by the way, dying from smoking pot because they're putting fentanyl in it. There was just a death Monday night in Wolverine Lake.
If I can pause you there, and that is true. I don't care what the experts are saying. I know factually from people who do it here in the city that they put the fentanyl in a spray bottle with water and they lace the bullshit weed with it. Whether it works or not, they are doing that. But I digress.
Yeah, and there's been busts where they found it in the THC gummies in tobacco shops in Pennsylvania, because some people almost died from ingesting the THC gummies that were laced with fentanyl. Now, who's monitoring all of these, marijuana shops?
I hear you.
And, it's like buyer beware. I mean, they know it's a very, very addictive substance, and they want to create addicts, but then we have those who also want to kill off our population, our children. So, all right, my ex-husband called me in the evening. He called me like 9 at night to tell me that both had died. He was called by the police around 5 p.m. and it was the girl whose parents couldn't find her. She had said she was staying the night at a girlfriend's house. And they had to track her phone and had the police just doing kind of a wellness check. There was another girl who had apparently passed out the night before. She never took the fake Percocets. There was video footage of my boys helping her down the hall. She was doing something else, like I think fake Xanax, and passed out. Well, when she woke up in the morning, they were all dead, and she called friends and was freaking out. And they said, you got to call the police. And she didn't call all day. She took a shower, washed her hair. And then she saw the police there and she said, oh, there's a girl named Sophia in my room. And she took them up there and then they were all dead. And she said when she took a shower and washed her hair, she didn't notice. The drug dealer was there. There were 4 that looked like they were dead. And the drug dealer was, her boyfriend was revived with Narcan. He had overdosed a month before. And she had overdosed 2 months before and they were both revived with Narcan before. So this guy knew that he was getting bad drugs. He confessed when he got out of a coma. And they had all kinds of evidence on phones, and they had video footage of him going out to get the drugs and everything. And he got 8 to 15 years for killing 3 people because he was given a plea deal in Oakland County. Karen McDonald, prosecutor. It should have been life in prison, but she gave a plea deal for 8 to 15 years.
See, my brother, as I've explained, and we didn't hear from him he's his own man, about 50 years old. We didn't hear from him for a week. And then we started calling around, and there he was at the morgue, and nobody called us. They had his wallet and everything. Nobody called. So that hurt. Then the Detroit police, and I know the head of this squad, if you deal dope illegal and it kills somebody, that's homicide. This is a homicide squad. And they're waiting for toxicology to come back. And yep, there was fentanyl. They know who did it. And nothing ever happened. They never shut this place down. So I don't know how many other people have been injured, killed. They just never did. And I'm not one for, I want retribution. I want it to stop. To take that person off the street so it doesn't happen to somebody else like your kids. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah, and they have to know that there's consequences, that you're going to be going to prison. But, we have a prosecutor who won't prosecute these cases. I just met with a mom the other day whose son went to U of M, and another U of M student gave him fake Adderall. And they filmed him and they put it on social media and they were laughing about it and left him to die, didn't call the police. And, the prosecutor, they originally were going to prosecute and then they dropped it. They dropped all the charges. They said without prejudice, but they're not doing anything. And my former law partner, her husband is a detective with the sheriffs. And he said, we do in cases where we have leads, we hand it over to the prosecutors and they just won't prosecute these cases.
Welcome to America.
He said it's just really frustrating.
Welcome to him. It's a lot of that going on. There's, right? There's guys sitting in Wayne County Jail for 3 years now, waiting for a trial. You know that. You're a lawyer. I don't even know what's going on. Let me leave this one to you. What's the name of your support group so anybody looking can give you a call or look you up, because this is everywhere. And
I'm not a leader. I mean, our story was high profile because 3 young people died. There was another kid who died, 18-year-old in my hometown, same day, didn't make the news. Yeah. But this was sensational apparently because 3 people died and 2 brothers. And so, and I spoke about it. A lot of parents don't. But I haven't been an activist on this. I got invited to testify, so I did. And I went all mama bear because I was so frustrated with hearing, what the leading Democrat was saying on the committee. The the minority leader, they call him the ranking House member, that this is xenophobic to want to take care of the border, that, Trump was separating children from their parents. And I'm thinking, my children were taken from me forever. The other children can be reunited with DNA. My children are gone forever. And I just started to feel like nothing's going to get done. Oh my gosh, this is why nothing's getting done.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went kind of all mama bear and went viral, but I don't have an organization. I haven't been an activist. I don't want to remember my children for how they died. I want to remember them for how they lived. But okay, so the support groups that I'm in and the activism groups on Facebook are Fentanyl Awareness Coalition, #NotInVain for parents who lost their children, loved ones who lost their children, drug overdose, Homicide Coalition, Drug Homicide Coalition, I think. And then Lost Voices of Fentanyl, Appalled, APALD, and there's Appalled Michigan, which is Association of People Against Lethal Drugs.
Okay.
And I know there's more, but you can get active if you're worried about your kids. I mean, there's a lot of things. If I knew then what I know now, there's things I would have done differently. Families Against Narcotics is out of Macomb. I got my Narcan training through them. I didn't know what Narcan was. I didn't know what fentanyl was. I didn't know what Tranq was. So Narcan doesn't even work with Tranq when it gets mixed with fentanyl now. But, I didn't know that my sons were doing anything that could kill them. I knew that drugs were destroying them.
Well,
it's
it's important to say to everybody. I don't want to be Nancy Reagan about it, but you just don't know now. You
can't experiment. I just met somebody whose kid was killed with fake Tylenol. You can't take anything that people just give you. If you don't buy it at a store out of a bottle,
I would agree.
A legitimate store.
That's exactly right. And let's leave it at that. Look, don't go shopping in the street bazaar because you might not come home. Take it from me and Rebecca. All right, Rebecca, thank you really so much for taking that time. I know it's hard, but it's important.
Thank you.
All right, sister.
Wow.
That was heavy.
Yeah, but it was necessary, Charlie. I mean, you that's a conversation that not enough people want to have. I mean, and I thought her comments were extremely candid, heart-wrenching, but necessary. I mean, and people should take that to heart and not just sit there and shake their heads and say, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences." I mean, listen to what she's saying, because what she's saying resonates and reflects that of a lot of people that we don't hear about or hear from.
All of us, girl.
Yeah.
All of us. Obviously, you can listen to that, and she's got a political view of life.
And that's okay.
That's completely okay. That's what we're supposed to be about, bro. Huh?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I look at it like, they say rhino, Republican in name only. All the working class white people are like, you're a rhino. No. These motherfuckers, these old white rich men, those are the Republicans. You're the rhino. You're the rhino. You're the one trying to steal their party. Fine. But there's something, I'm going to phrase it right now. The dino. The Dino, the Dino, the Democrat in name only. Because if there's something, I've been thinking about it. The way I grew up, I'm probably that old school Democrat. That could be the new school Republican.
Right.
But fair wage for a fair day's labor, right? Like, leave me alone. Stay out of my shit.
If only.
Right?
My friends will be my friends. My view will be my view. I thought that's what Democrats were. That let the best thought win. I thought it was open-minded, but it ain't open-minded no more. Right? So I get invited onto a podcast with my Democrat friends. Okay, Democratic. I'm not that. I'm not Fox News. Democratic, Democrat, whatever the fuck. They want me to come on. Sure, I'll come on. Now you got to remember, none of these people you're about to see ever earned $1 single swinging a hammer. That's a fucking Democrat. You earned $1 swinging a hammer and you expected to be paid for it. Okay, so I go on the show. I get up. I do these are my friends. They set me up. Watch this one.
I was watching your new boyfriend, Tucker Carlson, and he was talking about that Al Sharpton and
Tawana. We got it. Hey, Joe, run that. Play that. We'll play it real quick.
We do know that Trump is the subject of a grand jury investigation in Manhattan. That's a city that voted against Donald Trump by almost 80% in the last presidential election.
20% of Manhattan voted for fucking Trump.
The DA called Alvin Bragg, who looks and acts like a Tawana Brawley era Al Sharpton.
Well, I say that's a racist statement, man.
I didn't hear any of it. What did he say?
But
was that a racist statement?
But what does that have to do with you?
Okay, well, wait a minute. We'll get to that. That wasn't racist. So he said that Manhattan DA looked like a heavy black man. Looks like Al Sharpton. All right. Well, Red looks like Fred Astaire. Is that racist?
Looks like? I mean,
I don't know. Anyway, so I'm in my basement. They asked me to be on. They set that up. Go ahead. Wait a minute. My boyfriend. My boyfriend.
That's what I was like. Okay, but I know what I get a feeling for what's going on here. But go ahead.
Okay.
I say that's a racist statement, man.
I didn't hear any of it. What did he say?
He said that the DA and
Alvin
Bragg looked like Al Sharpton when he was wearing a Superfly haircut.
Tawana Brawley, Al Sharpton. That is the era. So in essence, your guy, it came across as very racist to me. And my question is, you guys are friends, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you represent Detroit very well. I mean, which is a predominantly black city. How does that resonate with you, with this guy who sits on this show? Because I can't have no racist friends. I'm being very honest with you.
But then what is this
How
shit?
How do you reconcile?
I don't.
Having this kind of relationship with a guy.
I didn't even hear the fucking clip.
You want us to run it again so you can hear it?
What you're doing, madam. I don't know you, right? I know the man. I don't know what he said, so you should get your show proper first before you sit here.
Oh, why are you going to... wait a minute. We're not doing this, sir. We're not going to do this, sir. You came on the show. I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question.
Please.
I want to ask you a question. If you don't want to answer it, that's fine.
Yak. Let me answer it. First of all, get your show together so I can actually hear what you're going to accuse me some other guy did. Okay? Do I know him? Yeah. Adolf's my friend. People say he says racist things. I'm not going to defend shit like that. You ask me about me, and that's what you can do. Okay? Beautiful. Next question.
All right, Charlie. That's
ridiculous. That's why you're having me on.
Charlie. So here, Charlie. We've got some other. We
got some other questions, Charlie.
That's your friend.
Charlie.
That's
we got
nasty.
Here.
Nasty.
Wow. Well, but you know what I can, and I don't know.
Can I go off?
Yeah, go ahead.
No. You go.
No.
Because you're my better half.
Well, but this is my thing. It's almost because I didn't hear it from, and I understand Adolph and Alan have a show. They're both have been in the journalism space. I get it. I don't know the other young lady, but I have.
She's not young.
Well, I don't know the other lady, but I see sometimes where people try to force themselves into a space that they may not necessarily belong. And so people think that by attacking people or saying something that may be interpreted as controversial is what gets them attention and elevation.
I'm going to ask you to speak
okay.
clean now.
That is
what,
clean.
No, what do you say?
That was
Say something about that.
It was unnecessary.
That was bullshit.
There was no value in it. And in my opinion, it was an attempt to try to validate her presence.
I know those people. Those are some soft-bodied, soft-minded people. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that was
really?
That's weak.
Wait a minute, man.
So fucking weak.
Tucker Carlson, if you're going to... Is he my friend? Okay. I met the man 4 times. I've known him 25 years. I've kissed his head. That don't mean I'm him.
Yep.
He in his life has come around to the way we think over here. He did not like unions. He did not like a fair wage. He's rethinking it. I think the guy's fucked up on his January 6th shit. I think he's fucked up on the election. People in this room believe the election is stolen. There's people in this room. I want to exist. I want to exist in this life. I want to have friends. I do not want to turn life off and go to war. Somebody got to sit in the middle. And my own friends, you did that shit. I know you're watching. I called you and told you to watch. I'm really upset. That's garbage. The fucking Democrats are fucked up. You people are rich and you're spinning dissent. So you can fucking make your money on us. I'm open to anybody. You know what's fucked up about white people? A lot of shit. But I really love them. You know what's fucked up about black people? A lot of shit, but I really love them. Man, I don't hate you unless you fuck with me. And even then, I get confused. And I walk around my house. Did I do the right? Oh, fuck that, man. Now you got your fucking clicks. You dicks. You dicks.
I don't necessarily
tell the
think they
truth.
Set that off, though. I don't think they set that up, though. I mean, it didn't feel like a setup. It felt like a structure.
Hey, hold on, please. It's your boyfriend. Let's roll the clip.
Yeah, that wasn't a good comment. But for her, but her piece.
Who is she?
Her, I don't know. But and that's
you don't speak for us.
But that's the thing. No, we don't know who she is. Probably nobody knows who she is. And so here's an opportunity for me to gain attention by attacking Charlie LeDuff. I tell you all the time, people try to build themselves.
Wasn't an attack.
No, well, whatever it was. I mean, I don't know, but people try to gain traction at the expense of somebody else. People do that all the time.
I never murdered nobody in Iraq.
Yeah.
Anything you saw that was going on in this country, in my Ferguson, Cliven Bundy, 9/11, I make it my business to be there for us.
But you know what, Charlie?
Man, Red, you did a brilliant job. Brilliant.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Brilliant piece. So well researched. So well spoken in the regular way. And they're trying to diminish the shit we're trying to say. And when we're wrong, but we don't hate. And that is fucking nonsense.
But this is the thing, Charlie. And just listen to what I'm saying. If you listen. Red will teach me how to speak regular. But listen. If you weren't saying anything about this right now, nobody would have known what happened there.
It's called Detroit in black and white. And if you're going to be Detroit in black and white, then the white guy ought to be a white guy that talks like a white guy. Instead of being like some liberal namby-pamby. Let the white guy talk because the white guy got shit to say. The white guy's not wrong.
Alan should write his book. That's what he should be doing.
Okay, so we're going to ignore the black voice forever, but now the black voice gets some prominence because the black voice is not wrong. But you should not go all the way over there not to listen to this voice. We're all family.
Yeah,
we're family.
Yeah, you're right.
Why you do that to me?
You're right. That wasn't cool. I mean,
this book right here, Mongo, you fucker. Chapter 3. We're going to go in a century from now. This book means something called Detroit. American Autopsy, Amazon.com. We're going to go down together, man, bro, in another fucking century. We won't be here. I respect you. A lot of people don't. They call you a race baiter. I have you on. You're my friend. I say it out loud. What you gonna make? You gonna make a piece on that? Fuck that. I'm done. Goodbye.